Okay, that should be good. We should be good. We should be live. We should be doing the thing. Hopefully.
Doing it live.
Doing it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. I did not pour myself enough of a drink. Oh shit. Welcome back. Oh, it's Angel. Hi.
Angel, hi.
I instinctively, when I hear the resub sound, look up at the monitor that was on our other computer, which is just dead now. So that disoriented me for a second. Hi, Angel. How are you? Thanks for the resub. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing something.
You certainly are doing something.
Yeah, I'm like better than I was, but I don't know about good. How are you, bitch? I don't feel like I've talked to you much today.
What did I do today? I had PT.
Oh, that's why I haven't really seen you, because you were doing physical therapy.
Yeah, and I had to go to the DMV.
Ew! Oh, fuck, I have to do that soon, actually. Even though my shit doesn't expire for a couple more years, I have to go get it redone and pay for it because of the new thing you have to do or whatever.
What, like in order to fly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obnoxious as fuck. Ooh, playing D&D. Nice. Nice. I miss playing D&D. Though, I mean, Baldur's Gate kind of soothed that for me for a little bit. Which I've meant to ask when, if you wanted to play some Baldur's Gate sometime.
Oh yeah, I do need to play more Baldur's Gate live.
Well, live or offline. I mean, I don't care. I just want to play with you.
Yep.
What was I? Okay, we're here. I remember we started at a testimony. I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, we're pressing Dirk's testimony.
Yeah, which I think we read it already, but we should probably reread it for the sake of remembering exactly where we were.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about Dirk, whether or not it's a situation where he did do it, and he knows he did it, and, like, it's because of coercion or whatever, which doesn't matter because you did the deed, and it's gonna, you know, be tragic desu, or, he did not do it, but he thinks he did because he was drugged or whatever.
Yeah.
Because we know he was stabbed from behind.
Which makes no sense to me why, if he was stabbed from behind, why the blood splatter on the front of Dirk is the way it is, but...
What do you... Oh, I don't think we have the picture. We just saw it briefly when he was talking about it. I don't think we have a picture of it. Ooh, wait. That's right. There was a channeling going on. Fuck, wait, hang on. Okay, so he died at 3 p.m., which supposedly the queen was like channeling someone. I still don't think that bitch can channel.
Oh, I don't think so.
And also we have this other layer to the mystery of Nana being missing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did she do it? I don't know. I don't know. Do you think Dirk really did it?
No. I don't think so.
Hey, Cadangus!
Hey, Cadangus, thank you.
Welcome for your
out
10 minutes.
and saying hi.
Yeah. It's been a minute since we've been live, because everything sucks. Well, people on Discord know that Link passed away a couple weeks ago, and I've not been doing well, so that's why I've been gone. And Sid's been busy with physical therapy for his ankle.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to come back to this now. Especially with, I don't know if you know this, but the next chapter of Deltarune comes out next week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to be playing it, you know? Gonna have to do it.
Gonna have to do it.
Looks like I'm gonna have to jump. And the creator of Katamari released a game today that I'm gonna have to sink my teeth into at some point because it looks very silly and I like it.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for that. I don't know. It's hard to describe to people who have not lost a pet that they've had for such a long time. But, I mean, he was 15. He lived a really long life.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it easier for me.
No.
Anyway, I promised myself that I would not cry on stream. I just wanted to get it out of the way because I was just like, I've been gone, here's why. And also, I'm sure, you know, people that have been on Discord, they might pop in and stuff. I haven't really talked to anybody since, but people know it's out there.
It's public news.
Yeah. And I mean, if I cry on stream, I cry on stream. But I was like, I'm gonna be a big tough girl. Big girls don't cry. That's bullshit, actually. I cry all the time. But yeah. I appreciate the condolences. Truly, I do. Okay, wait. So, struck by dizziness the moment I entered the tomb. Which means, like, somebody jabbed him with that, syringe.
Yeah.
Didn't we establish during the Lost stream that there were curtains by the entryway that someone could hide behind?
I think so, yeah.
Do you think maybe Nana or whoever is in on it, like in cahoots, and was like hiding behind one of the curtains, and when Dirk walked in, like stabbed him? Maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know for sure if it's Nana or whatever we decided she's called.
I'm not sure if it's her either, but I'm also kind of like, that tomb is empty.
Yes, which I'm pretty sure whoever did the murdering was in there.
Yeah.
And I'm still on my secret tunnel theory that not only is the tomb empty, but there's a passageway underneath it that you can, that's why, because it's a locked room murder, you know? Like, either that or whoever did the murder is either still in there, a la Trials and Tribulations, or like waited for everyone to leave and got out. But I think there's a tunnel that connects to that. Secret tunnel! Yeah, I mean, and for 7 to 8 years is pretty average, I think. Well, I don't know. I think actually the average lifespan of cats is like 10 to 12 years. Is that right? I think.
Yeah, Casca's 9.
Don't say that. I don't. No. But also, like, out of every one of the cats we have, Casca is very active.
Yeah.
She's so active that I forget she's old. Or there's 2 tomb rooms. Wait, 2 tomb rooms? That's really fun to say. 2 tomb rooms.
Tomb.
I almost said troom.
Haven't heard about them in a while.
Oh, fuck. They're still around. Like, somehow. I don't understand that content at all. Like, I've heard people say stuff like, it's fetish content, but then I look at it and I'm like, I don't actually see it. Like, I don't see it being fetish content. But also, who's it for?
Some of it very much is fetish content. Some of it is some of that Troom 5-minute crafts. They're all owned by the same company.
Yeah. I've actually done voiceover for one of those before. Not the main ones. Not Troom, not 5-minute, whatever the fuck crafts. It is. 5-minute crafts. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a Troom adjacent channel. And it had like, it was like, I did like ADR. It had like live actors in it, and I had to do the dubbing over. And I remember watching it, and it was like a bunch of like 20 to 30 something year olds, but like pretending like they were in high school, like a CW situation, like a brooding hot 20 something year teenager. For people who watch Kenny JD, and I was like, that had aspects of them like getting messy with food, fully clothed, but I was like, this is food fetish content, totally.
Yeah.
But they paid me, so I don't care. But like, it was very strange. But I watched some stuff that people like Jarvis Johnson and whatever, like look over Troom stuff, and I don't see it. Like, I actually don't understand what anyone gets off to with it. It's just weird. Like, weird in a boring, mundane kind of way that I can't misconstrue as being fetish content. I don't understand.
I've seen some of their stuff get pretty fetishy, especially with like the fake pimple popping and stuff like that.
Oh, I've never seen that.
And then like you said, the food stuff.
Yeah, I feel like food is a pretty benign appearing way to do like secret fetish content. Like that was the thing on the big, like, the TikTok trends where people were like making big batches of food on their kitchen counter instead of in bowls and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Y'all seen that lady that made nachos on her fucking marble countertop or whatever?
That's for food fetish people.
Yeah, and people were mad about it because they were like, that's such a huge waste of food. And I was like, this is fetish content. Yeah, not even weird in a fun way. It was just weird in a, I really can't figure out what age demographic this is supposed to, because I don't see kids watching it. Like, it doesn't feel like kids content, but also literally no adult is watching this.
No.
So, like...
Unless they're reacting to it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. I think Troom has to be, like, the original rage bait, I guess. Not really rage bait, but, like, so weird and not for anyone that they were like, people are gonna find this and react to it, and it's gonna go viral because people want to figure out what it is. Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of. It's specifically for reactors to react to, I think. Being 16 at the height of that shit, I knew so many people who watched it regular. Okay, well, maybe this is just like a millennial moment where I'm like, I can't conceive of why this is entertaining for any age demographic, but maybe I missed something. Maybe it was appealing for some weird, I don't know, like, Zoomer reason that I'm not aware of. I'm pretty locked in on Zoomer humor. I kind of get it. Like, I think Skibbity Toilet is actually pretty funny. So, that's what the kids like, right?
I don't know what that is.
You've never seen Skibbity Toilet?
No.
Oh my god, what?
I've heard people talk about Skibbity Toilet, but I don't know what it is.
It's like a Gmod head in a toilet that's like stretching out of I'll show it to you when we get to the part of the stream where we like watch things on YouTube. But like,
okay,
it's dumb and weird in a way that I can understand people in my generation not understanding or understanding why it's funny. But also, like, don't pretend like we don't have shit in our generation that's objectively unfunny that was popular.
Oh yeah, just like randomly screaming tacos.
Yeah, or like Annoying Orange or Fred. Was it Fred?
Fred.
Yeah. Like, that was not... I'll be blunt and say most of the people I knew who were into that had at least 2 kids by 16. I don't know what that means, though. I don't know the implications of that. I guess it's just, like, I'm trying to be plugged in on, like, the moment that I become so old that I don't understand the humor of the youth or whatever. But Zoomers are kind of funny. Like, I kind of get it. They're way into absurdist humor, which is, like, I love. So I can proudly say I've never watched... I don't know if I've seen the original or not, but it was so all-encompassing that you can't step on anything in Zoomer territory without running into Skibbity Toilet. So, like, I've seen enough
think I just don't go where enough Zoomers go on the internet.
Possibly. I mean, they're all on TikTok, which I don't have, but I watch a lot of creators that, like, dive into TikTok content. So, like, I'm aware of things on TikTok without being on TikTok.
Gotcha.
Which is for my own good, because I already have an attention deficit. I have executive issues already, and TikTok would be very bad for me. So I've chosen, to the detriment of my own like career, because people keep saying as a voice actor that you should do TikTok, and I'm like, it'll cook me. It's the same reason I can never play Minecraft. It's the same reason that I can't get into, like, I never got into World of Warcraft either. Like, I can't, addictive stuff. I have an addictive personality. I know better. Anyway, and to prove my point, we're already, like, we just started and we haven't done anything in the game yet.
Who needs
I don't hate TikTok. I don't have a, like, initially I had concerns about security and whatever, because there was all that, like, I don't want to call it propaganda, because it's not like it wasn't true that there weren't security risks with TikTok, but not any more so than literally any other app that you ever use. So, like, the way that they really focused on TikTok being compromising for your, like, security was definitely them just being anti-China, which, like, I don't have a fucking problem with China, so. See, what you should do is have someone else post voice acting clips on TikTok for you. Yeah, if I was, like, big enough of a creator and had enough money to do that, sure. But I can't afford, like, a PR person.
Yeah.
I just have to do that shit on my own. Which, I'm aware that I actively make choices that kind of, kneecap me. I mean, first of all, I think it's ridiculous that voice actors should have to be like social media influencers in order to actually network. That's bullshit in my opinion, but it is true. But I'm the kind of person that, like, I will sacrifice potential work and potential clients for the sake of my own, like, personal sense of morality, which, like, if I cared about that above everything else, I would never have deleted my Twitter, but I did. Because I don't want to be on the Nazi website, sorry. And anybody who insists that I should be there is probably not a person I want to work for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of, with TikTok, I don't have an issue with it per se. I have some complicated feelings about, like, that whole bit where they shut it down and then it came back and they were like, thanks, Trump, and it was, like, really fucking weird. Don't love that. But also, I just stay off TikTok for the sake of my attention span, because I would be on it all day and that would be bad for me. And yeah, I agree. Blue Sky is fantastic. It's like old Twitter, but better because of lists. I fucking love lists. Being able to, like, find a list that is comprised of people that are just, like, the worst, like transphobes and whatever, and being able to just go block, and it blocks everyone on the list, fucking rules. And vice versa, being able to find a list of, like, game devs and people that I want to interact with, and being able to just click follow and it follows everybody on the list, that also rules. Yeah, I tried many times to make the jump to Blue Sky before this, and had to annoyingly, like, go back because no one was using it. I'm grateful this time around that everyone that matters finally made the jump. And just in time too, because the final straw for me in deleting Twitter was their AI permissions, where they were like, anything you post on Twitter we can use for AI, and it was like, fuck that. I've already had my voice stolen once. I'm not doing that again. Bye.
Yeah.
Which I did try to look into. I don't remember which one of y'all made me aware of the Skyrim mod that ripped my voice, but I did try to look into that, and it turns out there's nothing I can do. Thanks, Nexus. It would be cool if Nexus just shut it down, but I got nothing back. So, is what it is. And yeah, and I think it's not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like social media was in itself a bubble that people are starting to like, as it's become like all-encompassing and riddled with ads and like become like less and less usable for people. People are kind of en masse going back to doing like blogging and doing stuff in person, and I'm like, for political action, this is the way to go. It's better that you do this. Oh, is this that stupid fucker with vsynth? It's for, I'm not gonna say the name of the mod, because I don't want to give them any notoriety, or I don't want you guys to know where to find it or anything like that. But it was a not safe for work mod for Skyrim. Which I'm like, bitch, I've done porn before. You could have just asked. You could have just
hired me.
My rates are fair. My rates are very fair. You could have just paid me to do it. Also, the audio files you ripped to put into 11 Labs were very old. AKA not good. Pretty sure he's been blacklisted in a few mod making circles. Good. Cause it's not that I had any interaction with this person one way or the other. They just straight up did not answer me. And, Nexus didn't do anything either. So, it's just there. And, you know, it's not like you can report it for being like adult content, because Nexus is all about having like porn mods and stuff. That's not new. Like, which is fine. I don't have a problem with like adult content in games and stuff. I have a problem with you taking my voice without my permission, and putting it into a game in that context. Especially with me being ace, it's kind of like, I'm very sex positive, but it's very violating for you to take my voice without my consent and put it in something like that. So
yeah, it would be for anybody.
Yeah, it really would. I don't have a problem voicing pornographic content under certain. I have certain conditions. There are certain things I'm not comfortable with, and you have to work it out with me, and also fucking pay me to do it. Which again, my rates are very fair.
They are.
In fact, I should raise them again because of inflation. I haven't in a while. But yeah, I mean, I'm non-union, so it's like up to me to do that. But yeah. Yeah, it's not even, being ace is just kind of the shit cherry on top of everything. But I can't express to you how freaky it is to hear your voice say something you've never said. That's really, really disturbing.
Yeah.
And to find out about it from someone else, like, I wasn't totally sure about it until one of y'all told me. Like, I had suspected because there were other people that were in interesting NPCs, aka 3D NPCs. Because it's a very big, very popular, it's one of the most popular expansive Skyrim mods out there. So, like, I knew that other people in that mod had their voices stolen, so I had suspected. So, like, finding out from one of y'all that it was true, it was just really freaky.
Yeah.
It does feel exploitative. It is almost, it's like, it feels tantamount to exploitation in a way. I always kind of put it to being more akin to fraud, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
because they're impersonating me with my own voice. It's not like an impressionist. Because I got no problem with impressionists. That's an art form in and of itself. I wish I was better at doing impersonations, honestly. But that's a separate skill from voice acting. But this was literally my voice, and it was very weird. Yeah, it felt like fraud. I had to have the discussion of rates with someone who wanted to pay me for stuff. Guy wanted like 50 hours of work for $100 up front? Is that a joke? I know it's not, but what the hell? I've had some really galling offers before, but that's up there, honestly, with some of the more offensive offers that I've had in my time. Holy fuck. And like, sometimes people don't know better. Sometimes you have to, like, sometimes people aren't aware of the work that goes into it and like what it entails or whatever, so you kind of have to tell them like, hey, this kind of work entails all of this, and therefore it's this much, etc. You know, like, I've had that situation before where people are like, oh, it's just reading. You just read it into the microphone and then send it to me. That's, you know, however much time that is. And it's like, no. That's not how that works. Like, there's a lot of work to be done before you even hit record. Like, but sometimes people just don't know. And sometimes it's not even just like people not knowing. I mean, I recently did my first like full length audiobook. Like, I'd done vignettes before, but like that audiobook that I just did was like 10 to 10 and a half hours finished length. And I underestimated the amount of work that went into it. Me and the author both, and like, she was great at working with me on it, but like, we both were like, whoa. We didn't realize it was gonna be as much as it was. Audiobooks are a whole different beast. Anyways, fuck. Alright. Fuck. Alright, we're finally gonna get into the examination. Let's do this. Hang on. How long have we been live?
I don't know. Does it matter?
Nah. Well, and I want to also wind down with some more Hell of a Boss, because it makes me happy. So you're in charge of keeping track of the time so that we don't go too long or whatever, and we leave enough time to do that.
Okay.
I usually charge $10.50 base for my time, which is, it's like $13.20 per hour. Yeah, that's, in my opinion, it still feels low. But depending on what the work is, pretty fair. And then charge upfront commission, charge, and then add on for complexities. Okay, that's very fair then. I was like, that seems a little low even, but as a base to add things on, that's pretty fair. Yeah, I'll be real, for audiobook stuff, it's for me about 100 to 150 per finished hour, which is pretty low, honestly. Because per finished hour, it's gonna be many more hours that go into doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, you do 3D art. Okay, cool. Oh, you do rigging and stuff. That's awesome. I want to learn how to do stuff with rigging. That's kind of like in my my very long list of things art-wise that I'm trying to learn. Mostly I want to learn how to use like VTube rigging software for the sake of not doing a 3D model, but for making a 2D model able to do eye and mouth tracking properly. Because like I want to honestly, I am not good at rigging. I know it's hard. Like I know some people who do it and they're like, I'm bad at it. It's like it's super difficult to learn. But I'm like, there's no program for me to use. I kind of want my little GIF tube model to be a little flatter, but close to how the models are here in Ace Attorney, where it's like, it's still very much like cartoon, but I want the mouth flaps to sync, and there's no program out there that does that unless you do it within a 3D rigging software. Like, you can't get it to recognize vowel sounds and then pull the correct file for that vowel. You have to rig it. And I'm like, I don't know how to rig. I don't know how to do that. Eventually, though, it's on my list. Find other people's models and study them. That's kind of what I've been trying to do, because we have friends that do VTubing, so like I'm not immersed in VTube spaces or like community or like lore or whatever.
I was for a little while there, for a very short amount of time. I had a team from Niji Sanji that I really liked.
That's right. Oh man, I am aware, unfortunately, of the Niji Sanji debacle. But mostly, like, y'all know, because we do collabs with Rummy all the time, but we're really close with the South Side and slash 3 a.m. Rummy's not technically in 3 a.m., but that's like Koki's thing. Koki and Meat's thing. So yeah, like Koki, Meat, and Rummy are like, I watch them pretty frequently. And I'm unfortunately aware of some big problematic VTubers because of the way that they are like, they're like the Keemstar of VTubing, where they go after other VTubers. I know some people who have unfortunately been targeted by this particular VTuber. I don't care. I'm not a VTuber. They're not going to come after me. I'm talking about Nux. I fucking hate that guy. I wish he would stop. But other than that, I don't know VTube spaces very well. I just kind of like the idea of having like a 2D cartoon avatar thing up sometimes. Like, I like the thing that I made. I would like to make it look a little more polished, and I would like to sync it. That's all. Whenever VTubers come across my timelines, it's usually bad. I mean, as far as I'm aware, the only one that I've ever seen that's extremely problematic all the time is Nux. But again, I'm not in those spaces, so I don't know.
I don't know. I watch, you know what? I'm not gonna say what VTubers I watch.
You don't have to.
I don't want to say what VTubers I watch. That's a little embarrassing.
I would never judge, but you don't have to say it.
I've shown you.
Yeah.
I've shown you the VTubers I watch.
I thought the VTubers that you followed were super cute.
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Okay. But yeah, I love basically everyone. I'm biased, but I love everyone from Southside. Shout outs Koki. Shout outs Meat. I don't know how Meat got the name just Meat with nothing else. That's still wild to me. How that name was available for, specifically for Meat. Love Crimbo. Crimbo is a legend. Just because Crimbo is like big Papa Bear energy. Like, if you fuck with anyone who can't defend themselves, Crimbo will eat your ass. Like, just
not in the good way.
Not in a good way. Like, Crimbo will destroy you. And I have so much respect for that kind of energy. Just willing to fight for people who don't have the energy or capacity to fight for themselves. Love Crimbo.
For like 3 days a couple of weeks back, I had a controversy about artists stealing, contractual bullying, and deception.
Ooh, contractual bullying. Yeah. That's the thing, is, like, I'm thinking about the Niji Sanji debacle, where it was, like, a lot of times it's interesting, I was gonna say it's funny, but it's not funny. It's interesting how a lot of these talent agencies that are getting these VTube teams together are very much like how talent agencies used to be back in the 90s when they were getting, like, boy bands together.
Yeah.
Or, like, K-pop idol group managers and stuff. They're the way that they can be so exploitative because they see a bag and they're willing to do some heinous shit to get that bag. Which it's wild to me because I was just like, I thought we were past this. I thought the way that Twitch is, I mean, it's not, but in my naive mind, I was like, the way Twitch is like, you can make your own teams. We're part of it. I think technically we are still part of a team, hydration station, but it's been like, it's not active in any sense of the word. We're just like a part of it. But like you can make your own teams and stuff. But when the minute VTubing became popular, like people who specialized in branding immediately were like, ooh, I can get in on this. If I can make VTube teams and then do PR like crazy because that's my thing, I can get them famous and get myself a huge bag in the process, which isn't a bad thing on paper. Like, if they have the VTuber team's best interest at heart, it's just that 9 times out of 10, they don't.
Yeah.
Which is why, you know, I can't remember if Koki was part of the Niji Sanji debacle or not. There was a thing that Koki had to deal with that was really bad. But it turned out, like, 3 a.m. is Koki's thing. Koki made it, Koki runs it, as far as I'm aware. So, like, it just became a thing where it was like, they took it into their own hands, inevitably, because people are gonna be exploitative. Yeah, they know they can push people to extreme lengths with the promises of money. Like, and the more that a brand, like a team name, commands, like, notoriety, the more they know that they can manipulate people and dangle it in front of them to be like, you want to be on this team, right? Like, this really famous team, right? Mm-hmm. And it's so bad. Like,
it's the same way, like you were talking about. It's the same way that K-pop is so exploitative to their idols.
Exactly. It very much mirrors the way that K-pop is. And yeah, there's some hypersexualization stuff in VTubing. I totally see where you're at with that too. Especially with some models getting into, like, lolly territory with how they look and stuff. Which props to Koki for, like, going through some model changes, because Koki's voice is naturally really high-pitched and pretty young-sounding, and her first model looked a lot younger than her current model. It was based on, like, similar to how she looks, because I know what she looks like. But, like, you know, the optics and stuff. And that was the same thing with the person I know that was victimized by Nux somewhat recently, was that they were like a femboy type, and people were accusing them of being like Shoda bait or whatever, and they were like, my model's based on my actual body type.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel
this is just what I look
people.
like. Yeah. Yeah. So, like, and I felt so bad for them, because, like, VTubing was a way that they were able to, like, express themselves and, like, feel comfortable being, you know, like, like a femboy on the internet that other femboys could come in and be like, hey, this is my place. And it's like, it was very wholesome and stuff. And then, you know, some fucker has to come in and immediately be like, look, they're promoting Shota content and get them deplatformed. And it's so... Mind your business. Some people really are just shaped that way. It doesn't mean that they're promoting... And that stuff particularly pisses me off. You all know that I'm a CSA survivor. I've been over this a billion times. So, like, when people come out with false accusations of pedophilia, it pisses me off. It pisses me off so much. I stopped following someone I used to really enjoy because they were defending a pair of VTubers who were just arguing that zooming in on giant jiggly tits bigger than the rest of the model combined isn't sexual, and they shouldn't have been banned for it. Yeah, and there's something with that too, because it's like some people do, like, a lot of people do model their VTubers off of either their actual body type or the body type, like, that gives them, like, gender euphoria.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and, like, I've got big fucking titties. I'm just gonna say that. But, like, it's all in the context of, like, how it's framed. You know? Like, something... Big titties by themselves aren't sexual, but the way that you focus on them, or, like, the way that your VTuber model's clothing is specifically cut in a certain way that, you know, could be construed as sexual, is like, come on. Like, everybody can see exactly... You know it when you see it. You know it when you see it. So, like, the people who had, like, really skimpy VTube models that got banned somewhat recently because of Twitch's TOS updating for VTubers, they should have really seen that coming. But just having big old titties by yourself isn't necessarily inherently sexual. Yeah, see, the framing, that's what I mean. Like, zooming in on the titties with big old titty jiggle physics and then, like, speaking in a seductive way. It's like, if you can pick up on the context of what the point is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I also don't see anything wrong with people sexualizing themselves.
It's just that Twitch isn't the place for that. Like... And that's kind of the thing of, like, it's a thing where it's like, Twitch isn't supposed to be, because there are so many underage users on Twitch, the user base of Twitch is pretty young. Even though you're supposed to be 13 to get a Twitch account, a lot of people have had Twitch way before that. So it's like, explicitly trying to do sexual content could get you in a lot of trouble because there aren't a whole lot of protections in place to keep minors from accessing that kind of content. I'm talking about liability-wise, because, like, teenagers are gonna find porn no matter what. We've all been that age and we all know. Yeah. But, like, as far as being a business goes, Twitch is not an adult site, so they have to put things in place to keep children from accessing adult content. Mm-hmm. And I can't really fault them for that. But it's like, I'm pretty sure that there is a place, like an OnlyFans adjacent thing that VTubers are using for, like, that kind of thing now. I think. I'm not positive.
I know a lot of VTubers that do OnlyFans.
Yeah. I'd heard of it, cause I'm not positive. I think that Koki did it recently. But yeah, it's a thing where it's like, and I have issues with some of it, some of Twitch's, like, updated thing on them banning things, because it also kind of spilled over into art, where it was like people would be drawing nude models and they weren't allowed to do that anymore. Because there were people who were drawing, like, hardcore pornography and also Lolita stuff. And it's like, you fucking have to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's like how Tumblr did that shit. Because it's like, how do you, without having a physical person that you employ to go through and look at things case by case to determine what's appropriate and what's not, you're relying on, I mean, because the scale of Twitch is massive. So it's like, you kind of can't. So people who are just doing, like, nude modeling in a totally non-sexual way just get caught in the crossfire, which sucks, because when you're drawing, it's like nude models are kind of the basics. Like,
yeah,
if you're going to learn anatomy, you kind of need to start with nude models. Like, that's just what you do. So, like, you can't stream it, I guess, which sucks. It's like, part of me gets it. Like, I believe that pornography is an art form in and of itself.
Yeah.
But I also am a survivor of grooming in CSA, so I understand the need to keep children from accidentally falling into something that is way too mature for them, whether they know it or not. But yeah, I get it, Cadengus. Like, I totally get it. It's tricky. And it should be looked at case by case. And that kind of does seem like a case to me where it's like, come on. Just get a new outfit for your model that isn't like that per se, and like turn the jiggle physics down a bit, and you'll be fine. But not everywhere should be. As much as Twitch tries to moderate, it's ultimately up to the creators to understand when they're going too far. And I feel like that's a bit flawed, because everybody's line on what's too far is different.
It's subjective, yeah.
It inherently. Like, Sid and I are kind of on the same page about this whole thing, and even our lines, I think, are different. Mm-hmm. Like, it's impossible to do unless you leave it in the hands of, like, a moderation tool that is just inevitably going to catch people who don't mean for it to be sexual in the crossfire. It's just going to happen that way. Unfortunately. I don't like it. But yeah. Okay, wait. All right. Let's... Should have just done just chatting. Or like, gotten a fucking little mini hot tub or whatever. Remember the hot tub streamers?
Oh yeah, the hot tub streamers.
When the rules are written in black and white, there isn't really room to argue. Yeah, but they kind of can't be black and white. That's the thing. Because context there's context and nuance that comes into all of this. Because inevitably, when you put things like strictly in black and white, people who have bodies that are historically sexualized, even when they're not meaning to be, will get caught in the crossfire. Like, people who have big titties, small waists, and big hips are innately just sexualized for existing.
Yeah.
Black women are just sexualized by existing.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't make the rules black and white because biases and misconceptions are baked into these rules as well. Like, people are going to get caught in it that don't belong there.
Yeah.
If I had webcam on and I wore any shirt that wasn't a fucking, like, a men's t-shirt, I'd be caught in it because I've got big fucking titties. I'd have cleavage inevitably. So, like,
yeah,
just by existing, I'd be in there. But yeah, this 10 minutes has been 40 minutes. It's been over an hour and we haven't started playing the game yet. This is probably the worst stun lock as soon as stream starts that we've ever had. So when I make the VOD to push over to YouTube, I'm gonna put it right here. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We weren't just talking for a whole hour about something else. For the sake of getting into this, can you go ahead and just read this testimony again for me?
Yeah. I was struck by a sudden dizziness the moment I entered the tomb.
I'm not clicked into the game window somehow. Oh no, the controller died because we took so long. And I'm not in the game window. Or not. Hello? Hang on.
Now we're having technical difficulties.
Yeah. That figures. Just wait for the controller to die. Boop, 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 boop. Wait. Okay.
I'm off to bed. Thank you for a very engaging discussing as always. Have a great rest of your
Yeah, have a good night, Cadangus.
Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out.
There we go. Now I got it. All right, so struck by sudden dizziness. Let's do it.
The moment I opened the tomb, the next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand. And lying right in front of me was Inga, dead as a doornail. I have no recollection of what happened in the urn. But I didn't kill him. At least, I don't think I did. It goes against everything I believe in.
Yeah, I don't think he did it.
I don't think he did it.
All right. You got to press it. You just. Oh fuck! Who was what? Who was who?
By a sudden dizzy. I was Apollo.
Right. Oh right. I took Nayuta.
Yeah, you took Nayuta.
Yes, because Phoenix. Yeah, because
right now you're
Phoenix.
And
Yeah.
I'm the defense.
You're one whole bench. I'm one whole bench. I am gonna give you the judge because sometime later in the night I have things to do in the booth.
Okay. You were struck by sudden dizziness. His illness? Is that something that has ever happened to you before?
Good question.
Can't say that it has. Maybe age is catching up with me. I'm no spring chicken after all.
Yeah, you were drugged, my dude.
Yeah. That's not the issue here.
Oh fuck, I'm sorry, I forgot how hot she is. Like in a weird way. The hand thing is so good.
She's serving cunt.
She's serving cunt. A most cunning excuse. One befitting an insidious insurgent.
Oh.
A killer who does not recall his crime. How very convenient. Next, I imagine you will plead insanity. I forgot she had a fan, too. You aim to seek a lesser sentence through excuses and subterfuge, do you not? Damn, that objection was meaty.
Don't make me laugh, your malevolence.
Ooh.
Malevolence.
That's cunty, too. Changing it to your malevolence is cunty as fuck. I love it. How dare you!
I'm merely stating my innocence. I have no intention of offering excuses. It's your baseless speculation I would decree as foolish, or wait.
Oh, decry.
Decry. I would decry as foolish. You deceitful witch.
Oh, fuck! Is it your wish that I should claim your head right now, in this very hall?
Well, that certainly would speed things along.
I know, right? Like, she has the power. I don't understand why we're even doing this.
Dirk, why don't you let me handle it from here?
Like, who's to say that we don't get through this and get a not guilty? And she's like, yeah, but I'm the queen, so kill him anyway. Like,
yeah.
What? Hello?
And if there's anything you need to say, you can say it through me, okay?
True. You should definitely always, consult your lawyer.
Anything to stop you from needling the queen.
Next time you have an objection, you'd better have some proof to go with it, Dirk.
The accused will now continue with what he does recall of the crime.
Well, he was drugged, so not much.
Do you recall anyone putting the knife in your hand, Dirk? Wish I could say I did, but I don't remember a thing from before I came to. You think there might have been a third party in the tomb, son?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, because if you didn't do it, then the real killer must have been in there with you.
Ooh.
Speechless.
Oof. Oh shit. Oh, you called your evidence.
Did she go anywhere without those?
Was there a third party in the tomb when you were securing it?
No, Your Eminence! We searched high and low,
but found no one of the sort! And there you have it.
Alright, they did search the place.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
I'm telling you, there's a secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Furthermore, my guards had the entire tomb surrounded, so there was no way for anyone to escape. That answers one of my scenarios. Either they're still in there, which I'm like, Nana? It's been missing this whole time.
Yeah.
It could be in there still. Or there's a secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel. We've already discovered one secret passageway, haven't we?
In the tomb?
Not in the tomb, but somewhere else. One of the previous cases had the secret area, didn't it?
I mean, Dirk's hideout is accessed through the sewer tunnels.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
But it's been so long. I'm I don't remember the previous cases. Other than the beginning of this one, which had the that took place in Crane Village, and there was that cave we went through. But the cases before this, that's right. No one got in nor out without our knowledge.
Our eminence
On-site
directives were absolutely flawless.
Oh shit. Swap controllers with the one on the chair. I didn't realize that one was on the verge of death. I'm playing too much Stardew Valley. Uh-oh. Hello?
That's a micro USB.
What? Oh, my phone. It's my phone. That's okay. Just leave it over there. I'll plug it in later. For some reason, this did not.
What time is it?
Yeah, I want to make sure we have time. 'Cause you have to go to bed. At what? We have to stop stream at what? 1?
Yeah. So I'd say we've got another 30 minutes of
Okay.
gameplay.
The shortest Ace Attorney stream ever. Okay, we'll lock in. We'll lock in. Was that Sean Schemmel? I swear I heard Sean Schemmel.
Ugh.
Do you see now? The presence of a third party is beyond the realm of possibility. No, it's not. The tomb was, for all intents and purposes, completely sealed off from the rest of the world. Man, what a waste of time.
How can it be any more obvious? Dirk must be the killer. Thanks for nothing, gallery guy, as if our graves weren't already deep enough.
Bitch, I'm telling you, the tunnel is secret, and it's there. Accused.
It's going.
What do you believe about the possible presence of a third party?
Well, based off the situation you presented, I'd say the chances are slim to none. You didn't have to agree with her, Dirk.
He's just telling the truth. Oh my god, Danny! Yes. Dude, Danny, the last time we streamed this a few weeks ago was when it first happened. I lost my mind. I blue screened in my brain.
We had aha water flashbacks.
Yeah. Y'all shamed me in the chat. It was disgraceful. Let the accused statement be added to his testimony.
Very well, Mr. Sadmahi, if you would. It's like the more we press, the thinner our case gets. Well, let's.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, that's.
Well, let's keep pressing, and maybe we'll work out the wrinkles in it too.
Dude, Nayuta has been silent. Like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Someone upset baby boy.
Somebody upset the baby.
Hold it!
We can't prove you innocent without at least a possibility of a third party was there. Find the possible in the impossible, son. That's just what lawyers gotta do sometimes.
Just do it.
Isn't that right? Right. Who, me? Well, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Dude, Phoenix, don't act like you haven't done crazy shit in the
You
past.
haven't pulled shit out of your ass.
Like,
I've seen more than my fair share of trials like that. It started with no viable evidence, useful testimony, or any hope of winning. But through cold sweat, desperation, and a bit of luck, I always managed to pull them off.
and a lot of bullshit. And also, that's literally every Ace Attorney case. I don't know what you're talking about,
Cold
Phoenix.
sweat, desperation. Right. I could see we were kindred spirits, you and I.
No, for real, though.
Jeez, taking cases like that must shave years off your life.
Oh, yeah, he didn't even go into the cases where Maya was, like, kidnapped.
If that were true, I'd be long dead. Find the possible in the impossible. Can I prove that there was a third party there? Yes!
Absolutely.
Dirk, what did you see at the scene of the crime? Let's see. I came to...
Oh, Angel. Angel's here, driving but listening. That's what's up.
Welcome.
Yo, I don't think we've ever been in a car before. What's up, traffic?
Traffic, looking for my chapstick. I don't remember the rest of the rhyme. Lying in front of me, seeing dead as a doornail.
Alright.
You stated that he was dead as a doornail. How can you be so sure?
Well, maybe it was the big gaping hole in his chest. I don't know. Just spitballing.
Oh, Dirk spitting ill.
Dude, everyone is so cunty this case. Yo, what's up, RBM?
It's pretty easy to spot the difference between a soulless man and the soulless shell of a man. His complexion and the amount of blood at the scene made it obvious which it was.
Watch your words, or you shall join Minister Inga much sooner than expected. You can bow your head before him and seek his forgiveness there in the Twilight Realm. If you still have a head to bow, that is.
You bloodthirsty spider.
Sid's just flipping them off, and I'm like, I can't. She's so cunty in like a hot way, I can't.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it for me.
What happened to you? There was still a little love in your heart 23 years ago. You even used to think of me as a brother.
I'd love to see that. It seems you truly do have a death wish.
Is that really all you've got? Dirk, I'm begging you, enough of the lip. Just deliver your testimony, please. All right, I'll try, but I can't promise anything.
We got 2 queens in the courtroom, that's all I'm saying. Okay, no recollection.
A day's passed since the murder. Haven't you remembered anything in that time? My memory's a complete blank. It's as if that part of my brain has been scooped right out.
Have you ever been, like, inebriated to a point where you actually don't recall the events of what had happened?
Yes, when they relocated my ankle.
Oh, yeah.
I was on fentanyl, baby.
Yeah. I was about to be like, I've only ever had that experience once in my whole life. And that was, I was like, pissed. I was like so drunk. Like, this was when I was like 18. I was way too young. And it was, we were...
Kemi!
Bro, don't even. I started drinking and smoking when I was 12. And that's not a flex. It was bad and I shouldn't have done it. But like, let's not pretend that who do you think you're talking to? Like,
who do you think you're talking to?
Like, I was terrible as a teenager. Just total self-destruction. But yeah, it was specifically on Goldschlager, which I can no longer drink. Like,
no one wants to drink Goldschlager anyway.
Yeah. Well, when I was like a teenager, I was like, ooh, the gold flaked, so bougie. Like,
so bougie. Oh my god.
And like, even now I'm like, it's like peppermint. So it's like,
yeah,
not that nasty. Not as nasty as like,
Jägermeister.
Yeah. Ugh.
I can't stand Jaeger.
Like, I people around me at that time were doing like Jaeger bombs, like Jaeger and Red Bull. Nasty.
I had somebody try to convince me that I would like a Jaeger bomb one night that I was partying at your house.
No one would like a Jaeger bomb.
Before we lived together. And
that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. They're like, it's a shot of Jaeger in a glass of Red Bull. And I was like, oh, what's Jaeger? And they were like, it's licorice liquor. Ugh. And I was like, oh, I don't really like licorice. And they're like, it's okay. The Red Bull really, like, evens it out.
Red Bull is nasty.
And then I said, I don't really like Red Bull either. And they were like, but the combination of flavors...
Oh no, fuck off.
...is what makes it so good.
Just lying to you. Just telling lies.
I'm just like, I don't like licorice. I don't like Red Bull.
I don't know what kids are drinking nowadays, but when I was coming up on the legal to drink age, it was like Jaeger bombs and Hypnotic, which I think is also nasty.
Oh yeah, Hypnotic is nasty.
And what was it? It was cherry flavor. Was it UV maybe?
Oh my god, UV rum.
No, cuz there's a cherry rum that Danny really liked that I've had before, and I liked that. But I wouldn't go out of my way to drink it because it's expensive. But there was maybe it was, no, it wasn't Smirnoff. It had to have been UV. It was like vodka and cherry. It tasted like cough syrup. It was so bad.
Yeah.
I think kids are drinking hand sanitizer.
Scissor.
There's so much, like, other, like...
I'm pretty sure that they've literally just renamed Scissorup and they're drinking that.
Isn't Scissorup just fucking NyQuil? Isn't that robo-tripping?
It's robo-tripping with alcohol. Like, you pour alcohol
That sounds
into...
dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, it could kill you. Because robo-tripping will fuck you up. I've never done it, but I know somebody who has. And
Scissorup is Robitussin.
It's really disturbing to watch somebody robo-trip.
Yeah.
Don't do that, guys. Seriously, don't.
Yeah, don't drink Scissorup.
I've also known people who've done whippets. Don't do whippets. It literally kills your brain cells. Just don't do it. When I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, everybody did whippets in the morning shift. In the night shift, we all, I say we, because I was night shift, we'd go into the shed and smoke weed. Shut up, nerd, drink it. No, there's perfectly fine alcohol to drink. Why?
You don't need to drink Scissorup to get fucked up, trust me.
What if I do whippets up my ass? I'm sitting here thinking about the logistics of how you could do whippets up your ass.
I'm sure you can, but I'm not sure you would have the same outcome. But maybe there would be a different kind of
naughty back then. What, smoking weed in the shed? That's like every night shift in every food place ever.
Yo, cum comes out? Yeah, dog!
What's up?
I used to have a buddy that did whippets, and he was like, hey, check this out, and watching him do it made me never want to consider it.
Same, though, because that was the thing, is that somebody that I won't name during the, like, in the afternoon or whatever, was like, hey, check this out, and they went into the, it's meth here also. That's the thing, too, was like the morning shift at Dunkin' Donuts was like, you did meth and you did whippets. And at the night shift that I worked at, we just smoked weed and ate all the donuts because they were gonna get thrown away anyway. But yeah, meth is a very big problem in our area. I've never done it and never will, but I know many people who have fallen down that pit. And it's a sad thing to see. I've never done whippets either, because the first time I ever saw somebody do whippets in front of me was in the walk-in freezer at Dunkin', and it was disturbing. They did it, and I was like, I'm good, thanks.
I've not really dabbled in the drugs.
Yeah. I've just done the weed, which I think is like, honestly, not even alcohol, I would say, is worse than weed.
Alcohol is worse than weed for sure. But,
and I would say that the hardest thing I've ever had to drink was, I've had absinthe and I've had really bad, really strong moonshine. Like homebrewed shit.
Girl.
It was nasty. It was so nasty.
I'm a redneck. You think I ain't never had no moonshine?
Yeah.
Think I ain't ever had no moonshine? No.
Donut.
Everclear.
Donut. Yeah. So here's the thing: is that the cartridges that went into the whipped cream canisters? That's what people were doing whippets off of. Yeah, it's like whatever chemical makes the whipped cream whipped.
The aerosol.
Yeah, is what they were inhaling. And it was scary to see. I really did
you
not.
gotta snort it fast, too.
Yeah, and it's like the change in them is immediate and very...
stark.
Yeah, it was very... I would say even like, as someone who's experienced a lot of trauma in their life, like, very slightly traumatic. Because I was just like, is this person gonna die? It was very disturbing. But yeah, they're fine. Like, as far as I know, I haven't spoken to them in years, but as far as I know, they're okay. But like, don't do whippets.
Don't do whippets.
Don't robo-trip. That's a whole, that's a
robo-trip.
road you don't want to go down.
My old smoothie store owner used to robo-trip like crazy.
Yeah. And definitely don't ever do meth. I've never done it, but I've seen enough people go through that to know that it's not to be fucked with. The people who tell you that meth will ruin your life are not, they're not using hyperbole. It will ruin your life. Do not ever do it.
Yeah. Same with heroin.
Yeah, and heroin, which used to be the big thing around here, because we're a port city, so, like, you know. I'm starting to be peer pressured at 35. Just smoke weed and eat hot chip and lie and be bisexual. Like, the rules of life brought to you by Watashi Machine. Don't do hard drugs, please.
Yeah, let's try and steer clear of the harder drugs.
I'm just like, the PSAs, I kind of like weed smell, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm a little freak.
I'm indifferent.
But like, if Jeremy were in here, he would tell you that he also cannot stand weed smell. He hates that smell. But yeah. The drug PSAs, for the most part, were not lying. Though it makes me like laugh to think about the ones about weed. Remember the person like melted into the couch or whatever?
Yeah. My brother smoked weed and he never did any grand larceny. He never got arrested. He never got into trouble. In fact, he never did anything at all.
Yeah.
And then
it's just like
in the couch.
Melted into the couch. Yeah. That's the thing though, is like weed can't really kill you. And also, you're not gonna commit violent crimes because you're gonna be way too blazed. It's just chill vibes, my guy.
Except for me when I try.
Yeah, you get really bad paranoia, don't you?
I get bad paranoia and anxiety.
Yeah. I am not fun to be around. When high, it puts me to sleep, which is fine by me because I have insomnia. So, like, I enjoy... THC is a very useful thing for me to help when I have, like, really bad insomnia. Because at this point, I'm just kind of... I've come to terms with the fact that my insomnia is chronic and just comes in, like, spells. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll just be... I think the longest I've been without an insomniac spell was almost a year. I got close to having a full year of normal sleep. It ruled. But I am no longer... I'm in the midst of one right now. Oh, it sucks. Man. So I'll go, like, 2-3 weeks. I think the longest it's ever been has been 3 weeks of getting maybe an hour to 2 hours of sleep a night, and that's it.
Oh shit, best viewers on streamboo.com.
Oh shit, guys, the best viewers on Streamboo.
Oh shit, oh fuck.
Hey, ban that guy. Dirk is being all serious on trial, and a Phoenix and Apollo are just talking about drugs and whippets. Hell yeah! Look at those best viewers on Streamboo.
Hell yeah.
Alright, but ban that guy. Thanks. I was like, I don't like that Twitch catches it. I'm like, let the guy speak, let him cook, so that he can get banned.
His ass cooked.
Anyway, fuck. Yes, always allow it first. Danny knows what's up. It's very funny. But anyways, the point of this whole tangent was that I've been blackout drunk one time in my life, and Jeremy was actually there. And Jeremy, for those who don't know, is completely 100% straight edge, has never been drunk. I can't say has never had alcohol, because right after we got married, we had like a dinner, and he tried a sip of a mudslide, and then went, it was okay, but I would rather just have a milkshake. Big Jeremy energy. So like, Jeremy has no interest in being inebriated at all, and is very picky about things tasting good. So like, mudslides rule, I agree, but Also, Jeremy was like, if I had to choose between a mudslide and a milkshake, I'm gonna pick the milkshake every time. So, like, Jeremy's never had alcohol aside from a couple of sips of a mudslide. So, the time that I got blackout drunk, Jeremy was there 100% sober. So I know what happened, and I know, like, everything that I said and did because Jeremy relayed it to me later. But otherwise, it was like, I've never experienced just having a total blank on my memory. Even trauma related. People are like, oh, I have this blank in my memory because of trauma. And I'm like, I fucking wish it worked like that for me. If I could just forget my trauma, that would be sick. You will receive them soon. Yeah, it's very ominous. Wait, your DoorDash driver typed that? Brother, do you have a weapon around? Just to be safe. I've never had a threatening DoorDash driver, but like, maybe you should have like a bat by the door, just in case. Or something heavy that you could hit them with if you needed to. Also, let me know when you receive your food or whatever.
Your goods.
So that I know that you didn't just get taken out by a DoorDash driver. Anyways, we were talking about blanking out.
I'd let you know when I receive them.
Anyways, yes. My controller died again. So other than being in the hospital, you've never experienced, like, the memory gap thing?
I did have some memory gaps the one night that me and Cheshire shared a toilet.
Oh, fuck, yeah. That was probably the drunkest you've ever been.
That's probably the drunkest I've ever been. It was the second time I've ever drank an alcohol.
Really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Do you guys not keep a bat by the door? No, but I don't actually have people... I don't answer the door for anyone, really.
Yeah, we don't really
Why isn't
do
the
door
hello?
answering thing.
I guess I need to unplug and plug it back in. I don't know why the controller is being really finicky with Citra right now, but...
Try plugging it and
Try
plugging
unplugging it and plugging it back in again.
I can't talk.
That's okay. Bing, boom, 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 boom. All right, let's see.
I'm suing them.
There we go. Okay. How very convenient. But even if you've no memory of the event, your guilt is without question. There is nothing more to debate.
You're forgetting one thing, Guran. I have no motive.
You lead a band of insurgents that seeks to overthrow the government. I would say that alone is motive enough to slay our kingdom's minister of justice. Honestly, yeah, she kind of got him there. Dude, I'm still kind of fucked up over how, like, how chonky or meaty his object... I don't know how else to put it. It's thick.
It's a thick objection. I've declared countless times that I lead a bloodless revolution.
Good luck with that.
I forbid violence and murder, even if some younger members may have a thirst for blood.
It's a noble idea, but a lot of revolution doesn't work that way, my guy.
A bloodless revolution? He wouldn't really have a motive in that case.
In fact,
is that an important statement?
I would argue that in the case of trying to lead a bloodless revolution, the one exception you would make would be a big major figurehead within the government. That's like a person that like is actively doing harm that you need to remove in order to do good. Like, Like, when you say that you lead a bloodless revolution, it's like you want to prevent violence against people who live within the regime, but violence against the people who are the regime is kind of inevitable, because what else are you going to do with them? But, you know, that's just me. Anyways, anytime Ace Attorney asks me if it's an important statement, it probably is.
It is. Yes, it is.
We'll see.
That was an important statement. I'd like my client to add it to his testimony. Very well then, the accused will please do so as the defense has requested.
Let's see what we can press.
Drugs. Do drugs. I don't have a motive for killing Inga. After all, me and my ilk seek a bloodless revolution.
I'll press it, but I have a feeling... We found that picture of Amara in his room, yeah? Because we were speculating about that being like a potential love triangle thing.
Oh, yeah.
Or like an unrequited love on Inga's part. I don't know.
A bloodless revolution. Could you be more specific? I'm talking about dragging this pompous prosecutor here off her bloody throne.
How are you gonna do that? Especially with religion tied into it, the way that monarchy used to do it. Like, people believe that she's, like, divine. You have to kill her. There's no other way.
So go ahead, Gra, and act all high and mighty now, because it's the last chance you'll get.
I understand this is fiction. I get it. But I'm also, like...
I know, I was
thinking
just about to say the
this
same thing.
big picture of, like, the people who follow her and believe that she's the queen, believe that she has the right to be queen because she's, like, the holy priestess or whatever the fuck. Like, she's divine. So it's like, you can't overthrow her without convincing the people that she's not divine or by slaying her. Like, that's just what you have to do.
No, because Kemi, in this world, the people are jelly beans.
That's true. The people just kind of... Ace Attorney hardly ever takes into account, like, the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about this in terms of, like, everything in my brain goes through, like, the Game of Thrones goggles or whatever, where it's like, well, in the books anyway, like, you have to take into account the fallout among the people that you rule. Because you can't rule unless the people allow you to rule. That's how it works. Anyway. You still speak of rebellion despite the charges against you? You truly are a fool.
Considering this is a country where people are named shit like, I shit my pants.
You know what? You're right. I should have thought of that.
Shitted.
I'm giving the writers of Ace Attorney way too much credit. I will prove your guilt soon enough and display your head for all of crying to see. They have to shit their pants because that's their name. Well, okay, but to be fair to me a little, and let's be, you should be fair to me. Like, I deserve it. But
yeah,
it's not as though Ace Attorney hasn't had someone sympathetic or someone complicated or someone in, like, an interesting situation, like, just die before. That's happened. Like, if it works, if it serves the narrative in a powerful way, Ace Attorney could do that. I don't think you're completely out of... Well, yeah, because, thinking about this in, like, real-world logic, I'm definitely not out of pocket. But
in real-world logic,
in Ace Attorney land, there's some precedence to this. In certain... when it serves the narrative. When it has, like, a powerful, emotional beat behind it that works to engage the player. We can think of it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, in real-world logic, this bitch gotta die.
Yeah. But but that's real world logic.
Yeah.
We're in video game land.
Yeah.
And our people are jelly beans.
Yeah. I know 1 week, I'm like thinking about whether or not, not it's bad. Like, literally we're 1 week out from Deltarune dropping, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to stream it. I have to figure out a way to work it around. Y'all know I picked up a weekend job, but I'm not gonna want to stop playing it when I start. So like, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to be on here playing fucking through it in any time that I'm not at work. Yes. So, you know. Yo, Rune, what's up? Is Garan a bad person? I mean, she definitely is given the vibe.
Villainous.
I mean, her hair got all spiky when before it was like soft and curvy. She's got pointy ass fingernails.
Yeah, I want to know how they got them acrylics on so fast.
They had the glue ready, I told you, bitch. Like her entourage or whatever, like one of them had the glue. Like they practiced at that shit. They were on point. They were ready. People will forever speak of you, not as a revolutionary, but as the terrorist you are.
You're mistaken, Your Maleficence. It will be you the people will speak of.
It is you who is the bad guy. Oh!
As the tyrant who was overthrown by her own people.
I wonder if you will still be spewing such nonsense before the headsman's axe.
Yeah, he probably will be.
Yay!
I'm afraid I'll still be like this in the afterlife.
Fucking
Wait.
despot.
Despot.
Damn. Dirk does not give a fuck.
Is foreign as apple pie to Dirk, but I'd really rather go home than to the Twilight Realm after this.
Oh yeah, it's extra fucked up because he's like talking his shit, but also like, your son is your defense attorney. He will die too. Okay, last press, and then I think I know where to object, and then if we're getting close, then we'll...
We are getting close.
This might be like the least progress we've ever made in an ace, and that's saying something.
Can you state that you didn't kill him more definitively? How can I when I have no memory of what happened? Well, can you at least state whether or not you are a murderer?
That's like asking the same...
That I can do, magically.
But like, if you did do it without knowing, you still murdered. What?
I am not a murderer, and I would never kill anyone, no matter the circumstances.
That doesn't work. And do you have any evidence to support your claim that you did not kill the minister?
Evidence? No. Can't say that I do.
In that case, you will strike the statement, "I didn't kill him," from your testimony.
Wait, you can't just discard testimony like that. I mean, I'm the one cross-examining the defendant and all.
Hold your prattling tongue, foreign devil. Yeah, literally. I am the queen of this kingdom, and the queen is the law. Which is why I'm confused as to why we're having a trial at all. She literally could just say he's a terrorist and kill him. She could. As such, I need not follow the laws that are in place. I can make and break them at will. Though, it's flashier if she does it in court, and also, that's the thing I was saying before about if you expect the people to allow you to rule them, you have to at least put up some semblance of abiding by the law that's in place. If you just discard the rules, then people will you'll fall out of favor.
Yeah.
And it's like, you only rule so long as the people believe you deserve to rule. That's how it works.
evening stream or switching to Helluva? We're switching to Helluva.
Yeah, we're gonna watch some Hell of a Boss when we wind down for the night. Which, we did X's and O's, right? So we're on Western Energy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
Which is probably my least favorite episode of season 2, so I won't have as much pausing to do, I don't think. Not till the end, anyway.
Henceforth, the accused will refrain from stating I didn't kill him.
Okay.
What? Sure, whatever. It's the Goran show after all. Same as always.
I love that Dirk just knows what's up. It's like, this is a farce and I know it. That's what I'm thinking, Angel. Like, I don't know what her part was in the... Because it's not technically an assassination because we know now that Amara's alive. But I have to believe that she had something to do with that original event and that, the fire. Because it could only benefit her. She effectively, especially now that we know Amara's alive, and she knows Amara's alive, as far as I know. The fact that she effectively usurped her power to become queen, she had all the motive in the world. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, yeah, we established that, I think, last stream. But she's alive, and she's being held at a facility, like, not within the capital, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of far away. And I know Goran knows because she's using it as leverage to keep Nayuta in line. And probably Dirk, too, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's like, she could fucking kill the Queen Amara at any moment, really. She's effectively a political hostage. And Nayuta being her son is like, his hands are tied. He has to do whatever the queen says or else the queen might kill his mother. And Dirk knows that too, I think we found.
Yeah.
Knows that she's alive still. But no one else does, I don't think. Like, everybody else thinks she's super dead and that Dirk killed her. Okay, anyway, so as far as...
we found out that they were lovers.
Yeah. Well, that might have been a factor into why people... Because I think that was public knowledge too, maybe, that they were lovers.
Yeah.
But, I'm curious about the fact that we found a picture of her in Inga's room, though. I'm like, I feel like either they had something going on or Inga loved her and she didn't love him. Not sure. So, okay, here's my thing, is that the possibility of a third party being there is non-existent. Let me look at the evidence, because I remember we found a trail of footprints.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
It doesn't belong to the victim, but we don't know if it belongs to Dirk or not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't have a way to save right here. But I have a full thing, so, like, I'll just present it. Inga is the victim. He's the Minister of Justice and was Goran's husband, though you would never know it from the way they fucking regarded each other.
Yeah.
Because they did not seem to have a very passionate marriage. It was strictly political, I think. Let's see. Yes! Let's go! I'm the fucking best, bitch!
Yes.
I was gonna do that, or, the no motive thing with the photo that we found in Inga's room.
See,
but I think that's connecting dots too loosely.
Yeah. I was thinking of that photo exactly either on this statement or I think the statement before. I was between the two.
Which was the one before?
The one before, I think, I don't remember. But I feel like he kind of mentions...
Oh, it's like leading into the statement of nobody else being there, possibly.
Yeah, nobody possibly being in there.
Oh, right, and because he mentioned that he got woozy, and, like, the drugs we found were, like, over there, right? I think. There was, like, a chair.
Yeah.
It sucks that we don't have that stream for y'all also, but like, because we can't go back and reference it either, because we don't have that VOD. So like, you know. So the girl who fainted is the evil lady's daughter. Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot Rafa fainted.
Yeah.
Poor Rafa.
Oh, Rafa.
Yeah, her mom sucks.
Her mom does suck.
She's like, relive the trauma of seeing your father die. And then she fainted and she was like, she's so weak. And it's like, bitch, what?
So weak.
What if she's not really her daughter? That's what I'm wondering too. But I think she is, because I don't know. It would be too, like... There's this weird thing of like nature versus nurture. I don't like the idea of it being like she's good and therefore like she's not really Guran's daughter sort of thing. Does that make sense? Like that happens in fantasy a lot.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And like I'm a person that doesn't believe that evil is something that you're born with, like you're inherently good or bad. So, like, for me, I'm just kind of like, she does look like Guran.
Guran's daughter's name is Rafa.
Rafa, yeah. And that's true. Pearly is nothing like her mother, thankfully. Pearly is a sweet baby. Morgan sucks. Pearls doesn't even look that much like Morgan either, to be honest. So, we do like that.
Your Eminence, I'm afraid this trial will not go exactly as you anticipated.
Nani?
Because I can show that there might have been a third party in that tomb.
Oh, how very fascinating. Go on, I do so love a good fairy tale.
We did a luminol testing at the crime scene. At the crime scene! And found blood stains that didn't match the Minister Justice's blood. I will remind you that neither Dirk nor Miss Fey were injured during the incident.
Oh, right, because the chair was where they were holding Maya.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, the bloodstain we found had been wiped up by someone. What's this? But who would have done such a thing? That's the big question, isn't it? Who wiped up that blood and why?
Whose blood is it, is what I want to know.
Thinking about it logically, it must be someone who wanted to conceal their presence at the scene of the crime.
Oh. And to whom do you suppose the bloodstain might belong? Shit, dude, I don't know. I guess the real killer, huh?
The real killer, yeah.
Because, I mean, it would be interesting if Amara was a player. She's supposed to be out of the city. But, like, if she was here and actually was the murderer, if we're, like, wading into, like, Godot case, like, Trials and Tribs territory, where it's, like, a tragedy where some shit did what needed to be done.
Yeah.
And is, like, gonna take the fall. That would be super emotionally charged, especially considering it's like Apollo, or like, wait, not Apollo, Nayuta would be like, oh no, my mom's a murderer, uh-oh, and like, super tragic Desu. Like, love it, love
Super
it.
tragedy, Desu.
But as far as we know, Amara isn't anywhere near here right now. Unless there's a secret tunnel in the tomb and it goes to where she... I'm just saying!
The bloodstain belongs to the real killer, of course.
Is this in the trilogy on Switch? Yes. If you're referring to both the original trilogy and this game, yes. The answer is yes to both. This should be in the second trilogy, the Apollo Justice trilogy on the Switch. I believe. Yeah, it should be Apollo Justice, Dual Destinies, Spirit of Justice, if I remember right. But yeah, we're not playing it on the Switch, but it should be on the Switch, yes.
Whoever it was, they were probably shot while they were attacking Minister Inga. And since their blood would give them away, they had to wipe it up.
Wait, shot?
Because he had a gun.
Oh, right.
I say this because we know for a fact that the Jester Minister fired his gun in the tomb. He fired it twice, I believe.
Right.
Because we only found one bullet casing in bullet.
Ooh, I bet the bullet casing is still, like, lodged into them. Like, it's a Von Karma situation again.
Objection!
You have the memory of a flea. There was nowhere for anyone to hide. This, too, is a known fact.
Objection!
But a bloodstain from a third party means that there must have been someone hiding in there.
Very well, then. Tell me this. Where was this third party hiding?
In the tomb!
In the tomb, bitch. We know.
The crime scene was thoroughly searched after it was discovered.
Yeah, but I can't remember exactly because this was in the Lost stream, but I'm almost positive they said that they never touched the tomb. Because it was, like, disrespectful.
Yeah. I'm going tomb. If the tomb is an available answer, please put me down for tomb.
That's what I'm saying.
So if there was a hiding place, it would have to be somewhere no one would dare look. A
Okay,
tomb!
yeah. Alright. A bit heavy-handed, guys.
Enjoy your lurk!
Enjoy your lurk, Rune.
Somewhere no one would... Huh. Let's have your answer, Defense!
Oh, sick. Okay.
Oh, geez, I wonder where. I wonder where the third party
Huh.
could have hidden.
They could be anywhere, am I right?
It could be
I don't even have to
anywhere.
move. Oh, thanks for the big drink. I got water right here.
I don't have water.
You can have some of mine.
Okie dokie.
Here you go, bitch.
Thanks.
Drink up. It still faintly tastes like Gatorade, because that's what was in there before. I have another drink, actually.
I swallowed wrong.
No! You've killed him!
Not with the big drink. Not like this. There's one place no one would search, not even the Queen's Royal Guard. And that would be inside Queen Amara's sarcophagus. Even now, it's locked up tight. No one will find you if you hid in there. I'm told that it's temperature controlled to preserve the mummy within.
The non-existent mummy.
The non-existent mummy, but the mummy, nonetheless. But if someone dressed warmly enough, they could withstand the cold for a short time. This is sacrilege! Surely the perpetrator of such a foul deed would be cursed! But that's just it. The killer knew everyone would be too scared to open the sarcophagus.
Yeah, I'm not above committing sacrilege. I would have been in there.
Yeah, me too. Right up in the genitals.
Even if there was a mummy in there, I would just be like, yeah, alright.
What's up, mummy?
It's just an old body. It's not like it's alive. Whatever.
True, the guards were so scared of you being cursed, they wouldn't even touch it. And when the coast was clear, the killer made a quick escape from within the frigid confines. Well now, that does sound like a plausible method of evading capture.
Unless there's a tunnel in there.
The defense requests a DNA test of the bloodstain.
Okay. Court will re-adjourn in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
At the quickest.
And then we'll see just who the real killer is.
That's my favorite thing about Ace Attorney, is how quickly they do the fucking analysis.
Insolence!
Ooh! Ma'am? Bow your head and kneel, lawyer.
No.
Yes, ma'am. So your head may be parted from your shoulders.
But the trial's not even over. What?
How soon you forget. You're already on the headsman's scaffold. As such, I could order your beheading at any moment.
So then... I mean, all I did was request a DNA test.
There is no need to request such a test. Royal Guard, bring it forth now. Here you are, your eminence! What? She knew about it already? Bitch! The police have already identified the source of the bloodstain. The DNA test revealed that the blood is of that of the traitor, Dirk Sadmahi. Can we trust this result, though?
No, you can't because he has no injuries on him.
Yeah, what?
Dirk wasn't injured, so where did his blood come from? Maybe he coughed it up?
Dude, no, those were like in footprint, like
footprints.
I mean, they weren't footprints, but like, you know.
Dirk's illness. Still, there was a lot of blood. Could he have really coughed up that much? And did he wipe it up to hide his failing health? Dirk, is it really that bad? Ah, shoot, you got me.
I think Amara was there. I think he's lying to cover it up for her. If he's gonna take the blame for that, unless it really was his blood that he coughed up and then cleaned up, I think it was Amara. I think she was there. Now, ooh, my brain just went to a bad place. I was just kind of like, what if Inga really, really liked Amara and she really did not like him? And the situation where that gets fucked, like, oh, I don't know, man.
That's a little too dark for Ace Attorney.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yeah,
a little too dark for Ace Attorney.
I'm just like, Dual Destiny's got kind of fucked up for a minute. Like,
yeah.
Not the same level, but like, they really tried to sell us the idea that Athena took her mother apart with a robot, like,
Yeah.
as a child, and that was fucked up. Pay attention, horned devil, for this case has already been solved. You claimed that this bloodstain would lead us to the real killer, did you not?
About that.
Did you, or did you not, make that claim of your own volition, Defense?
Yes, I did. After she steered you in that direction, that is.
I love that animation on Phoenix.
Me too. I fell right into her trap.
Where's Athena during all this? Are we not allowed to do therapy sessions anymore? Do you see now the folly in opposing the very embodiment of the law? Whatever you say or do shall come to no avail. A third party at the scene of the crime? It's beyond the realm of possibility.
No!
Praise be for Queen Aurora! Yeah! Her
Eminence's
Eminence's legal tactics shall be all prepared!
I hate to say this, but she really got us good.
Only because she's the queen. The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it.
Oh, well then you opened it. Thank you.
Yeah, either that or, like, Inga was the victim, so, like, if he's dead, there's not really stopping anyone from pilfering his pockets, you know?
Yeah.
Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. Unless you killed him and then fucking searched his pockets. That's all I'm saying, you know?
Can I really discount the sarcophagus as a hiding place?
Oh.
What if the real killer is still in there? No, that's just ridiculous.
Bro, that's what I'm saying! What if they're still in there?
They're totally still in there.
That's what I'm saying! Or it's a secret tunnel.
Or it's a secret tunnel.
I believe we have rebels and sympathizers in the gallery today. It is to you I speak. Have you been listening? Dirk Sudmahi, the one who proclaimed a bloodless revolt, has betrayed your cause by resorting to murder. No, it can't be. Dirk would never.
There must be some kind of mistake. And their sympathizers are starting to have doubts. So this is why Goran allowed us to cross-examine Dirk. By establishing his guilt in Inga's murder, she effectively damaged his reputation among those who support him.
That actually makes a lot of sense. She has the power to just fucking kill him, but like I said, it's all about optics and what the people allow you to do. If she just killed him without anything, he'd be a martyr.
Yeah.
This way, she's totally discrediting him first, and then she gets to kill him.
True, but now we have an even bigger problem.
And now, filthy lawyers, you will honor your end of the bargain. Accept your guilty verdict for your failure to explain your client's actions. Ooh.
But
Now, I shall pass judgment upon the criminal, Dirk Sodmahi.
what's this? You shall pass judgment? But your eminence, is that not my role?
Hold your tongue. You are but a figurehead before me, the embodiment of the law. Consider yourself dismissed. As Queen of Karayan, I shall now pass judgment upon the accused. Yeah, guilty, bitch. Where's the confetti?
Yeah, where's the confetti?
Everybody's cheering.
Objection!
Wait. You didn't even give me a chance to rebut.
Know when you're defeated, lawyer. But just this once, I am willing to show you the depths of my compassion.
Oh, please.
Tell me why I should allow these proceedings to continue. Come, convince me.
Quick, Apollo. Even if you have to bluff, we've got to keep this trial going.
Bullshit, that's what I'm telling you. You gotta rely on bullshit.
You gotta rely on the classic Phoenix way. Show her that the crime could have been committed by a third party.
What else have we got?
How am I supposed to do that? Well, why don't you start with, how about the timing of Inga's murder? What? This whole case is based off a single premise. That Inga was murdered after Dirk entered the tomb. But what if that's not true? Like if our assumptions are all wrong? Oh, it just might work. Well, don't keep us waiting, Defense. Dirk became the prime suspect because it didn't seem probable that there was a third party at the scene of the crime. But there's another question we should ask ourselves at this time.
I just realized. I don't know how this is gonna work, but okay.
Was Minister Ingo really killed after Dirk entered the tomb?
What nonsense is this?
Setting aside the assumption that the murder occurred after Dirk arrived on the scene, opens up the possibility of a third party committing the crime. The question before us is, when was Minister Ingo really killed? After the body was found, after Dirk entered the tomb, before Dirk entered the tomb?
Well, the answer to that would be obvious.
Before Dirk entered the tomb. Isn't it possible that before Dirk even set foot in the tomb, Minister Ingo was already dead? That would certainly make the possibility of a third party more probable.
It really sucks that Maya is not conscious right now.
Right. Why, of course. I fell unconscious right after I entered the tomb. Even if I hadn't, I wouldn't have a clear line of sight to his body from the entrance.
True.
Which means you wouldn't have noticed his body either way. This scenario is entirely possible. And so we can't rule out the possibility of a third person committing the crime. I see. Well, that certainly does make sense. So far, so good. This might actually work.
This is really flimsy, but okay. Very well. I shall play along with whatever little game you have knocking around in that tiny mind. I was starting to get quite bored of all of this. I could do with a distraction.
Yes!
Let us hear some testimony that will shed light on when exactly the minister was slain. Bailiff, summon Rafa. Surely she has recovered by now.
But what about me? Don't I serve a purpose anymore?
No, go home. It would make it easier for us, honestly, if you did. You say we start Rafa's testimony and then make that the thing?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I hope you're feeling better, Your Benevolence. Must I perform the divination seance? What? Oh, no. We merely require your testimony this time. How could my testimony be of any value? Your Benevolence? Princess Rafa seems awfully depressed.
Gee, I wonder why.
After what she's been through, summoning her again is like rubbing salt in the wound. Being unable to perform the seance was probably the last straw. I hope she doesn't. Prosecutor Sadmahi, may I ask you something?
Oh, so she wasn't even able to actually see. She passed out before she even really saw
the
anything.
seance. Yeah.
Shit. That sucks. Of course, Your Benevolence.
I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me?
From where did you hear such a thing?
father. And only yesterday.
Rafa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people. So I told her. I told her what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child. I see. Be as it may, your benevolence, it has no bearing upon our trial here today. So, there is no need to let it trouble you.
I know. Garan told Rafa about something other than Amara's status?
Is she Amara's daughter? Is that what that means?
I think so.
Oh, fuck. That's messy. That's so messy.
Sounds like it, but what could it be?
But then she still referred to Rafa as her daughter, where she was like, it's a mother's duty to, like, discipline or whatever. So, like, I don't know. No. I'm pretty sure that Inga is still her dad. I'm pretty sure. But that's still messy as fuck.
That's so messy.
Whichever way it goes.
Rafa, the defense... Oh, that's you.
Oh, shit. Rafa, the defense has proposed something preposterous. They somehow think your father was already dead when Dirk entered the tomb. But I believe you can prove them wrong. Are you prepared to do what is required of you?
Yes, I am ready to testify. Oh, very well, your benevolence. Your testimony, if you please.
No, I know it's Japan-based and we have to go full cliche, but, like, I'm still pretty certain that no matter what, Inga is still her dad. That, I get the vibes. Like, this is all vibes-based. But the way that Rafa...
Maybe he's the dad that stepped up.
Maybe, but I'm getting the idea that Inga had a thing for Amara and we're dealing with a love triangle situation. That's what I'm thinking.
Alright, so we'll get her testimony and then reaction time.
Yee.
What Rafa witnessed. On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard with my second-floor veranda. Around 2:30 p.m., I saw my father heading for Amara's tomb.
Okay, so we know he was alive at least at 2:30.
Then about 2:45, I saw Barbed Head and company enter the courtyard. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered about 2:30.
Damn, that was quick. There's a tunnel. There's a tunnel.
She saw no one. So she didn't even see Dirk go inside.
Good point. How did Dirk get in there? Unless he was already there. But, like, we know he came in afterwards. Well, they could say he's lying, but...
Your second floor veranda.
Oh, yeah.
She must be talking about the house facing Inga's private residence. So that's the location from which you saw your father about 2:30.
Damn it, I was trying to remember the name of the hippie that sang Secret Tunnel. He has a name. I used to know it.
Yes, and shortly after that, you people arrived at the royal residence.
Is his name Chen? I don't remember.
So after the minister entered Amar's tomb around 2:30, no one went in or out until the murder was discovered.
Chong! That's right. I remember. Thank you. Because it was very... people were making, like, Cheech and Chong jokes. Like, I get it. Okay. Yes. My brain went Cheech and Chong. Yeah, that's why my brain just smushed them together into Chang. Oh, man. I love Avatar. The tomb is closed to outsiders, so no one could have snuck in before the murder, unless they were in a secret tunnel.
So no one could have snuck in before the murder, and she didn't see Dirk go into the building.
That's true, too. That rules out any possibility of a third party lying in wait to slay my poor husband.
Or she'd like us to believe.
Now hear me, you useless lawyer. Cease this charade and bow before me. For I, Queen Garan, shall finally have your head. Did we go offline for a second? Stream elements, hello?
Hello? Forgive me, Your Eminence, but first let's allow us the defense to question the witness.
You don't have to, though. You could just stop this, but you won't, because you want the people to be on your side. Okay. Interesting. So, the more we get into this, the more I'm desperately clinging to my secret tunnel theory. Because, like, if nobody could have gotten in or out, there has to be another way to enter the tomb.
And it's through the tomb, through a secret tunnel.
Yes. I still say Dirk's the dad. We shall see. You could be right. I think it's actually pretty, like, 50-50 between you and me. Like, I'm on the fence. Like, it could go one way or the other, honestly. Yeah, and the mom's not far away. She's close. Because I'm like, specifically the picture of her in Inga's bedroom was her holding a baby. And we initially were like, well, that's Nayuta. But, like, now I'm just kind of like, maybe he has that picture because it's his, you know, his love interest and his daughter with her. That's a very sentimental photo to have in your chambers, you know?
They could have been arranged to be wed before him and Garan were.
Maybe. I feel like we would have heard about that, though. If Phoenix was the dad.
Phoenix already has enough children.
Yeah, also, Phoenix is the ace attorney. I'm just, you know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding on so many fronts, because I'm like, first of all, ace people can have sex, and second of all, we all know that Phoenix is in a relationship with Edgeworth and has been.
Yes. Even if we wanted to deny it.
Just wanted to make the ace joke. But yeah, okay, let me save.
Save!
And then I have to pee, so we'll take a tiny break and then come back with some hell of a boss.
Some hell of a boss!
Sex makes babies? Oh yeah. I haven't thought about DBZ Abridged in like a hot minute until kind of recently.
I'm supposed to watch My Hero Academia abridged.
Oh yeah, you forgot.
I forgot. I was supposed to be reminded with a Discord ping.
Well, they did ping, but you weren't in Discord.
I wasn't in Discord.
Yeah, they pinged me. And
What?
it was my fault, honestly.
Why didn't you tell me, Kemi? I'm just kidding.
I actually remember seeing the ping and being like, oh yeah, I should tell Sid, and then I got distracted. This is why you should never rely on me for anything.
She told me to, and she was supposed to tell you on the doctor day.
On Doctor Day.
Oh, I probably had PT that day.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh no, maybe you had like just like a regular doctor's appointment thing. I don't fucking know, man. Shouldn't rely on me for anything. I'm so unreliable. Hello?
You're not that unreliable as you think.
But also, you should be in Discord more. Just our Discord.
Okay.
Our Discord is almost never active. It's not. There's almost no pressure.
Okay, my phone is in the next room, so I will go get it. And tag you.
Okay, bitches. Thanks for hanging out if you're only here for Ace Attorney. If that's the case, then you have to go now because we're no longer doing Ace Attorney. And we love you. And bye-bye.